I always had a dream of speaking at a TEDx event. And I did once, but that was during the COVID time, and I was at home, in front of a computer, speaking to an audience. So I'm really excited that today, actually, I'm at a TEDx event with this backdrop behind me, with the TEDxKathmanduUniversity, so my dreams come true. Another dream of mine is Brand Nepal. Mrs. Indira Gandhi once said, there are two types of people. One that actually do the work, and the other that take the credit. And it's always better to be in the first group because it's less competitive there. So what can we do today to work towards Brand Nepal? What is Brand Nepal? What is our country, Nepal? We have the highest mountain in the world, Mount Everest. We have 8 of the highest mountains above 8,000 meters. We have pristine lakes, natural beauty, within a span from north to south, with a span of only 150 kilometers, we have 5 eco-zones. So much biodiversity, geographical diversity. Our culture and heritage spans back decades and centuries. We have such rich culture, heritage, artisans, our cuisine, our gastronomic delights is phenomenal. And we have so much to take to the world. Talking about the heritage, if you talk about the UNESCO heritage sites, we have 10 UNESCO heritage sites, 8 cultural heritage sites, and 2 natural heritage sites. So our flora, fauna, wildlife, we have it all. But who are we marketing our strengths to? Who are our audience? Who are our customers? Last month, I dug up some data, and the Department of Foreign Employment shows a data that since the last 10 months, the data of 1st of March 2023, in the 10 months, 6,60,255 people have applied for work permits and have left or are in the process of leaving the country. Marketing. Who is our target? When our own young people are leaving the country. So what is marketing? In business, what I understand as marketing, the most powerful tool is word of mouth. You want to sell your products, services. You cannot use someone else's product and try to sell that product. No one will take your word for it. Services. You want to use your competitor's service, or you want to use services from another country and try and sell that service? Not possible. Investment. You want to attract foreign investment while you yourself are investing outside in another country? Doesn't work that way. We need to walk the talk. We need to work towards building that brand. And as I said, we are all very proud of our history, culture, but rather than looking to the past, we need to now look towards the future. The direction we want to head towards. Because the youth of the nation shoulder the responsibility of building Nepal. The youth of the nation are the most important people, the VVIPs of the nation, that will take Nepal forward in the new direction. The youth need to realize the potential. When we talk about the potential in Nepal, we have food security, energy, infrastructure. We need to focus on these strengths. Food security. We need to modernize our agriculture, invest in agriculture, value addition within the agriculture sector is phenomenal opportunity. Energy independence is very important. We're not talking about old fossil fuel. Nepal, we have gold, we have fuel. What is gold? White gold, we have hydropower. Fuel, what is fuel? Energy. We have clean energy, which the whole world is working towards. Not just hydropower, we have solar energy, we have wind energy. We need to harness that and not just power the nation, but export to our neighbors. That will largely cater to the trade deficit that we have, the foreign exchange we can earn from there. Infrastructure. We need to invest in infrastructure to promote tourism, to promote trade, to promote industries, so that the road network, which is the backbone of the country, can drive the economy forward. Having said this, it is very important because there are challenges. I know there are many challenges, but where there are challenges, there are opportunities. We are talking about in these sectors, wherever I am presenting, of course there are challenges, but with those challenges come opportunities. We need to talk to the people. We need to talk to all of you so that people realize these opportunities and invest in Nepal. I'm a fan of superhero movies. So whenever I talk about youth migration, or I would call it a so-called romance with youth migration, the same person, the moment he crosses the border of our nation, is like the flash that gets struck by lightning, and all of a sudden he's so energetic and has superpowers. He hardly works 6 hours a day in Nepal, and the moment he goes across, he works 12 hours. He's there, hanging from the tallest building in the world. He's there, building the best infrastructure, the best football stadiums in the world, building the economy, the infrastructure of other countries. And everyone that you go out says, Nepalese, they're the most hardworking, they're the most dedicated people, full of praise. So how do we utilize that power? How do we create a conducive atmosphere for the youth to come back and invest in Nepal? That is your responsibility. That is our responsibility. Collectively, we need to create a conducive atmosphere for investment in Nepal so that we can progress and prosper. This is something that we need to work towards tirelessly despite the challenges. There will be challenges, but challenges present those opportunities that you can work towards addressing the gaps in the market, whether it be in food segment, food sector, hydropower, energy, IT, industrialization. We need to decrease our reliance on other foreign trades partners and countries so that we are resilient and we can move forward for a sustainable, progressive economy that is prosperous, and the youth of Nepal create an entrepreneurship culture that fosters a culture of transparency, because entrepreneurship culture is always something very important. We need to create job creators, not job seekers. A thriving entrepreneurship culture is the answer to many extremist trends in the country, and it generates wealth, prosperity, peace. So this is the direction that we need more young entrepreneurs to come and stay in Nepal and work in Nepal. Don't get me wrong, coming 20 years back, and you see Nepal now, we've had phenomenal growth. From a civil war, we've transitioned into a federal democratic republic. Our GDP has gone up from $600-700 over the past 10 years to now from a least developed country to a middle income country, and our GDP is almost a little over $1,300. IT, infrastructure, service, hospitality, financial services, improved drastically. With the use of technology, you don't need any brick and mortar financial institutions anymore. Financial inclusion is there. It's been taken to every nook and corner of Nepal that encourages startups, entrepreneurship. But having said that, there's still much more to do. Because I have a dream of Brand Nepal. And that Brand Nepal, the dream that I have, is to see and fast track that development within our lifetime. We will develop, but we are developing at a slower pace than expected. Maybe lack of focus, policies, or the will to work in Nepal. So the dream is to fast track the development so that we see that development within our lifetime. Nepal always is known as, we always say, Nepal, never-ending peace and love. But now, it's time to transition. For the change makers to drive the change the narrative and move forward and reposition and rebrand Nepal and pave its own path so that Nepal represents a new era of prosperity and leadership. We have the power. You have the power. I have the power. All of us collectively have the power and the choice to stay in Nepal, to work in Nepal, to build Nepal, and to create a Nepal that we can all be proud of, that we are all securing the future of our future generations. So let's work together and create a new brand Nepal and reimagine our reality.